Two.
Hi, we're here this afternoon with an upcoming #1 bestseller, AC Willians. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
It's our pleasure. And we're here to do a little take on her new book that she just released, a beautiful book.
Thank you.
Great design for a great author.
Amen.
So, if you don't mind, go ahead and start and tell us the title of your book.
Well, my book is Journey for God's Purpose. And that came to me in the spirit. Journey. It has everything to do with my life and how going from a child up until now, how your journey is for a purpose. So putting those two together, knowing it's my purpose for God, my journey for God's purpose, I put the two together.
That's great.
Yes.
Because we all know our life is a journey.
Yes.
So it's wonderful that you were able to put your journey in a book
Yes.
form so we can share that with others and what God has done for you in your life.
Oh, yes.
So with that, I'd like to ask, so what is it that made you, inspire you? Because I know you're an inspirational speaker. And what is it that inspired you to write your book and let others know about it?
Well, first of all, I'm a cancer survivor. My book is Journey for God's Purpose, and it's because I am a survivor of child abuse and cancer. And going through that transition of cancer and everything that I went through, I've been able to share it with people. And sharing that with people, people being inspired by my story, that led me to write the book, to allow more people to hear this great testimony that I've been through, that God has helped me to get through. So it had a lot to do with just sharing what I've been through and people being inspired by it.
Well, do you mind sharing with us just for a bit about what is it besides the cancer? So you're, by the way, you look amazing. I would never.
Thank you.
Know, I mean, we think of, you have an image of people who have
Yeah.
survived cancer, and I have to say that, you know, it's a great, it's amazing testimony to
Yeah.
see you, to see the beauty in your smile
Thank
and
you.
the glow in your eyes and your face, and I think that also is what a testimony in itself.
Amen.
But so what else is there besides being a cancer survivor that is in your book?
Right. In order to tell a story, you have to take people on a journey. And when God put it in my heart to write this book, which it took me a while to find my calling, but you have to take them on a journey. So my journey is my childhood, which was a good childhood up until I was 8 years old. And then it changed. So part of my journey is going through child abuse until I was 8 years old. You know, my life was turned upside down when I was 8 years old. So that whole journey of child abuse, you know, and just trying to find my calling has really helped me with where I am now, because having that hole from child abuse, not being attached to my parents and everything, for 30 years, I'm trying to find that attachment. I'm trying to fill this void. You know, I'm dealing with rejection. I'm dealing with a whole lot of stuff. So that whole journey of the child abuse built my strength, not even knowing as a child why you're going through it. All that I went through up into the cancer made it a little bit easier for me to deal with it. And let me just go back 1 second, because 3 years prior to finding out I had cancer, I built a relationship with God because I didn't have a relationship with God, because I was raised in the Nation of Islam, and having that somewhat of a relationship with the Nation of Islam, I still felt lost. So having that, being lost and having this void, I was in search of who am I? Who am I? But I didn't know God. So I went on this journey. God took me on this journey, but each journey of adversities, failures, trials, drew me in closer to God. So that 3 years of I need Jesus.
Yes.
Then I find out I have cancer.
Okay.
3 years. But because I built that relationship with God, when I found out I had cancer, I was able to embrace it. Embrace it. Not that it wasn't hard, but having the Lord in my life brought me a lot of peace. That's what it was.
So that's the answer, and that's the reason why you should buy this book.
Yes.
And I've read it, and I have to say I've been very inspired, and I know everybody
Yes.
else who has read it is very inspired also.
Amen.
So thank you for doing this, and for
Yes.
sharing this, for doing what God called you to do.
Amen.
And we're all blessed because of it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
If I could say just one more thing. This book is a 1-day read, 1 or 2 day read, because I'm on a mission to help people to understand what their purpose is in life. Okay, our purpose is for our purpose, our journey, and what we go through is for God's purpose. So knowing whatever you're going through in life, adversities, trials, setbacks, a loss of a child, a loss of a loved one, your kids acting up, a foreclosure, loss of a job, whatever you're going through, it's part of your journey, and it's to build and strengthen your faith and draw you closer to God so that He can use your story so that you can go out there and tell someone else how wonderful God is. We all have a story. We all have a journey. We all have a purpose. And once you know your purpose, you're on your road. You're on the road. You're on your road and you're doing the Lord's work.
That's great.
You're doing the Lord's work. And the bottom line is we're here for God's purpose, to serve, to build the kingdom, to help, to tell people how wonderful God is.
Amen.
So this book, you want to get this book because at the end of the day, you will know your purpose.
It's an easy read.
Yes.
It's a beautiful story, and you'll be blessed by reading it.
Yes, thank you. Thank you,
you.
Isabel, for having me.
You're welcome.
Yes.